So, according to the measurement of time given in our Sanatan Dharma, we measure the proximity of space between the two given planets and constellations. So whenever that particular planet is in proximity with Earth, the mind reciprocates in the same way. The activities inside our mind creates auspicious or inauspicious incidents. There is a magnetic power inside you. What is there? But this magnetic power is increased or decreased by the proximity of these planets. So the mind works on the basis of these magnetic powers. Which powers? There is this magnetic power inside you. So you see, you are suddenly very unhappy. Sometimes you suddenly remember the old things, that before 4 years this thing happened to me. Before 10 years this thing happened to me. You suddenly start thinking like this, yes or no? Do you think? So the reason behind this thought is that at that time your mind was working in a negative way. How was it working? So yesterday you did not remember this thing that happened 4 years ago. So suddenly you remember this thing from 4 years ago and then you are unhappy. Yes or no, Maharaj? Huh? So this magnetic energy inside you increases, decreases, is sometimes positive and sometimes negative. It sometimes becomes auspicious and sometimes becomes inauspicious for you. To grow above this is the work of puja and meditation. So whenever you do puja and prayers and you ignite a diya, ether is given out of it. In English we spell it E-I-T-H-E-R. This ether is negative energy of your body. So if there is a akhanda diya in any household, you will see there is this negative energy. So in these people, there won't be any negative energy because the ether that comes out of diya neutralizes this negative energy, and this is the biggest gain of igniting a diya. In whichever household there is akhanda diya, there is no suffering in that house because suffering happens in the mind. So a dead body of a martyr is returned to home. An Indian army officer, his brave mother, while crying, she said, nobody was able to hear what she was saying. So even the captain was present to cremate the body, that one of my brave soldiers have died. So I must go there and give him a respectful burial or burn his body respectfully. So at that time, big politicians and businessmen were also there. If anyone has given his life for the sake of this country, every member of this country should be giving him respect for what he did. And now at this moment, when the captain reached the location, the kids, who has been dead, he got hurt in the battlefield due to the neighboring country and gave his life to save his own nation. The mother is crying. So the captain is thinking that she has lost her only child, so it is but natural for her to cry. Let's sympathize with her. So the captain tells the mother that this was the best kid in this whole battalion and such an agent is gone. We are also very sad. But in such times, you have to be very patient. Anybody would give such a sympathy. You need to keep patience. The mother says to the captain, you are taking me wrong in this one. The reason behind why I am crying is not because I lost a child. I am crying because I just had one kid and I have already given it to the country. But now that he is gone, what will happen to my country? If I had more kids, I would have sacrificed them as well. So you always keep in mind, happiness and sadness depends on your mind and not on the situation which you are in. So you are crying because your son died. But the mother's heart says, if I had one more kid, I would have sacrificed him as well. So the mother is crying not because her son died, but she's crying because what her mind is saying, and that is for a different reason. Now this mind is very mysterious. So the mind can make you cry for 3 days even for losing 500 rupees. And this mind can even make you laugh even after losing 500 crores. So what is gone, 5 or 5 crore? That doesn't matter. What your mind says, that is what matters. If you want to explain something to someone, then do not go and explain that person. May it be your son, your daughter, your neighbor or anybody else. Just explain it to yourself and then you will be happy. You will go and keep crying in the world that please explain something to this person or please explain something to that person. You can keep crying in the world, but unless you convince your own mind, there will be no change.